Hello! Just a quick review thing before we get back into regular updates and all that jazz. A company contacted me and said, you can have a free product from our Father's Day range that we're promoting. Woo! And I was like, yeah! And because I'm a completely selfish bastard, instead of getting something my father would actually like, I decided to get the iScope, a portable zoom lens and tripod for the iPhone, which is something he would have no use for at all, because he would probably need to put out some sort of government inquiry to work out how to turn an iPhone on. Anyway, let's ignore how selfish and evil I am and look at the product instead. iScope. You scope. We all scope for iScope. That makes no sense, but I said it anyway. As you can probably tell, it's a zoom lens for an iPhone. Not only is it written on the box, but the picture makes that fairly clear. Basically, standard iPhone, when you point it at things, has a very, very fixed range of vision. Stick this on and you can zoom into things. Easy. I mean, I know the iPhone does have some sort of digital zoom option, but digital zoom is of course not zoom at all, and is in fact something I believe was created by the Dark Lord Satan in order to make all our photographs look crap. Seriously, never use digital zoom, just do it in Photoshop or something afterwards, it'll look better. Right, what does it say on the box? iScope, mobile zoom lens and tripod for iPhone. 8 times magnification. Includes focal lens, that's handy. iPhone housing, tripod clamp, carry case, lens cleaner. And that's it. Brilliantly, it appears to be made by a company called Thumbs Up. Hooray! What a jolly and strangely mid-90s name for a company that is. What does the stuff on the box say? You probably can't read it because it's not in focus. Let me do it out loud for you. Get up close and personal with this amazing iPhone zoom lens. Simply click it onto your existing iPhone camera. Well, onto the iPhone. Surely you don't pull the camera out of the iPhone and click it in, do you? And get picture detail you never thought possible. Features: iPhone zoom lens, includes long focal lens, oh, we don't care, let's just have a look in the box. Box is suspiciously similar to an iPhone box, actually. I'm sure that's not something that happened by accident. And on the top, we have indeed El Lens de Zoom, as they don't say in Spain. Lens cap seats end. Fairly plasticky. This isn't the world's most expensive item, though. You're not going to be expecting sort of Carl Zeiss optics or something. I imagine that will do the job. What else is inside? Oh yes, little bag to put it in, or perform really crap magic tricks with. Case for the iPhone with the hole on it to screw the lens onto. Rather important. One of those cheap lens cloths they appear to give away with everything these days. Buy a sandwich, get a free lens cloth. Ooh, now this is interesting. You've got a little tripod. Emphasis being on little. Oh, the legs don't extend, but relatively nicely made one. Ah, now this is interesting. Look. Clamp for holding the phone down. Pull up on the rubber bit. You can attach any phone you like to any standard tripod connection. Now that is bloody handy. I can see me getting some use out of that. Go on, what else is in here? A poster! I hope it's of adamant. He's dreamy. No, it's sort of semi-instruction stroke advert for it. That's kind of bizarre. Actually, I've already bought it. Weird. Something else in here. What is this? Win a fantastic Apple iPad. Another great monthly prize. Oh, it's one of those things where you give them your personal data and they pretend you can win something. Let's forget that and get on to the item itself. So, fairly clearly, if I can ever get this out of the bag, you whip that off, presumably, yeah, that just screws on. And you have a very, very forward-heavy phone. Oh, that works quite nicely. I do have a major problem, though. Something I didn't realise. This is, of course, for the iPhone 3G and 3GS, and I only have access to an iPhone 4. I just kind of assumed this would naturally be for an iPhone 4 for the simple reason that the 3GS had a pretty poor digital camera and pretty nasty video recording. You certainly wouldn't bother getting special lenses to attach to it. And I mean, the iPhone 3G, blimey, I mean, it had a digital camera that was effectively a joke and didn't do video at all, from what I recall. Anyway, how am I going to connect this to my iPhone 4? Well, I've got this cheap iPhone 4 case. I'm going to have to get a bit MacGyver on it, I think. See you in a minute. If you want, you can imagine the music from Mission Impossible now. I can't play it for copyright reasons. And here we go. Yes, you can tell I work in media. It's almost entirely gaffer tape. All I did was literally cut down the sort of top corner of the case, super glued it to the back of this one, and then stuck a load of tape around it to hopefully stop it popping off. MacGyver or what? I was actually going to screw a hole and then put a nut and bolt in it, which would have been much better, but I was scared the back of it would scratch the phone, so I didn't. Might have to do that if that doesn't work, though. Right, anyway, if that works, we shall now see what the lens is like. I'm off to the field, which is like a field near where I live, where I do all the outside filming, because nobody else ever goes through there, so nobody ever gives you funny looks for having a tripod. Here we go. Okay, it's now an hour later. The field didn't go very well. There was some weird man walking about 40 Labradors over there. So I ended up only getting one shot of the strange bird table nobody ever seems to put anything on. Here it is with using the camera normally. As you can see, it's a picture. Now, let's attach the telephoto lens of ultimate destruction. And yes, you will notice there is an inherent flaw in my MacGyver system there, where the obviously the little thing that screws it on is a bit too far away from the lens and a bit over to the side, so that's disappointing. But look at the actual detail of it, that's pretty good. Anyway, then I went home and decided to take a picture of the rusty lock on the shed. Here it is using the normal lens type thing. As you can see, it's really just a picture of the shed. Then I attached magic telephoto lens of loveliness. And yeah, that does the job, doesn't it? So there you go, for 20 quid you get a lens that does the job and all the rest of the kit as well. Well, not if you've got an iPhone 4, then you've got to jury rig your own Heath Robinson contraption. But if your father does happen to be into photography and have an iPhone 3 or 3GS, you can tick both of those boxes and perhaps this will be a good gift for him. There you go. I tell you what would be more useful for me, though, a slightly more wide-angle lens. I could film reviews on my phone then. Maybe that's something to look into for Mother's Day.